All right.
Recording in progress.
Okay. All right. I call the meeting to order at 6:05 p.m. Miss Nicole, may we have the roll call?
Yes.
What go?
Yes. Present.
Mr. Schoonover?
Here.
Mr. B?
Here.
Mrs. Hosey? Mr. Zyler? Mr. Lobji?
Yeah.
Mrs. Morera? Yes. Mr. Eckstein?
Here.
Mr. Mizell? Mrs. Pino? Mrs. Moran? And Cheryl? Present. You have a form. Okay, thank you. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're just getting started. All right, can you please review the minutes? I have one change.
I have a change as well.
Okay, please present your changes, Solomon.
I was present at the meeting, and it listed me as absent. I think I arrived at like 6:05.
What's your change?
I have the same change.
And then my change is just on pronouns for Director Williams. In section 2, it's referred to as Ms. It should be Mr. Williams. In the 2 instances. Are there any other corrections?
Motion to
Okay, yeah, move to accept the minutes
as corrected.
as corrected, as amended. Thank you.
I move to motion as corrected.
Okay, do we have a second? Second. Do we need a voice call?
Voice.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the motion carries. Thank you. Well, to the good news. So we have a new member, Stephen Luco. And can you tell us briefly a little bit about yourself? Sure. How long you've been in Fort Lauderdale?
Absolutely. Stephen Royko, I've been a Fort Lauderdale resident since 2008. I currently am the Assistant Director of Leisure Services for the City of Wilton Manors. Prior to that, I was a Senior Manager with Broward County Parks and Recreation, overseeing Anfield Nature Center, Westlake Park, Hollywood North Beach Park, and Cedar Woods Nature Center, Carpenter House Marine Environmental Education Center, about 2,000 acres of natural area. Prior to that, I worked at Harbor Beach Marriott Resort and Spa in Fort Lauderdale as a Director of Operational Excellence, and the position I held right before that, the same resort, was Director of Recreation. Also lived in Oregon, Colorado, and Illinois, working for various nonprofits and adventure programs, just enabling people to enjoy life.
Excellent.
That's my goal.
Well, welcome. We're
Thank
glad
you.
to have you. All right. So now to the business of nominating vice chair. Just for the record, I want to say Marta stepped down because she had, it's noted here, right?
No, it's not noted. I can speak to it if you like.
Okay, yes, it was noted somewhere.
Oh.
Thank you.
So Martha Resco was our vice chair. So before last commission meeting, there was a vote to make Infrastructure Task Force Committee an official advisory board. And as you all know, you can't serve on 2 advisory boards. So assuming that Martha took the role of the Infrastructure Advisory Board, she's no longer on this board. So we're looking for someone to be the vice chair of this board.
Thank you for that. So at this time, I open the floor for nominations. I can go first. I nominate Sean Fee, who's looking down.
Does anyone want it?
Yeah. You decline? Okay. All right. So it's still open on the floor. Anybody interested? I can nominate Idan.
Sean's great.
This
I second Sean.
is kind of how it works for you, Sean. Like, I don't know.
You're good?
You accept it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it years ago.
So
Just don't be absent.
Then you're the most experienced
Yeah,
one
just
here.
don't be absent.
We're gonna hate you next month. So to just more memorialize it in the record, we would like a voice vote. Sure. Or by name. Correct. Okay. Say it again.
You can ask them all in favor.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. So all in favor of electing Sean Fee as vice chair?
Aye.
All opposed except for Sean Fee. Okay, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you very much for your service again. All right, so now we have the Parks Bond update by Quentin.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Chair. Quentin Pugh, Assistant City Manager. Good evening, everyone. I'm here before you to request a recommendation for reallocation of 474,147 to Bass Park, which is District 3, and 300,000 to Lauderdale Al's Landing, which is District 4, for a total reallocation of $774,147. So long story short, as most of you are aware, Broward County School Board is shutting down a few schools. One of those schools is North Fork Elementary, which will be shutting down at the end of this school year. There was a total allocation of about $785,000 for improvements at that school site. Being that it's being shut down, we want to redirect those funds. 300,000 of those funds came from District 4. We want to redirect that to Lauderdale Al's Landing. We're actually at 60% in design, and we currently have a funding gap for that project. Right now, we have allocated about $2.5 million for that project, and the estimated project value is about 3.6. So we want to do a reallocation of 300,000 to District 4, which is where those original funds came from, to that project, and do the remaining, the difference of 147 to Bass Park. We just had a groundbreaking for Bass Park last week for construction. When that project was initially awarded about a year ago, no contingency, nor construction inspection services were allocated for that project. It was only for the construction value of $6.4 million. So to avoid any stoppage in that project, should we run into any unforeseen incidents or events or whatnot, please go ahead and allocate contingency funding to Bass Park in the amount of $174,147. Available. Should there be any questions?
So that 300,000 gone back to District 4 because it was okay.
That is correct. That 300,000 was from District 4 land acquisition funding. So we basically want to return that back to District 4.
Is that the most needed area in District 4 for money? That's a shortfall because I know
there's some other projects that have funding gaps, but it's not as far in the design process at the moment. Some other projects are still in a planning phase, so it's too early to say what the true funding gap is. For Lauderdale Al's Landing, we're at 60%, as I stated earlier. We have a new opinion of cost for that project, and we know that it's going to be close to about $3.6 billion. So,
do you know what's going there? Because it's basically a boat ramp and a parking lot. And
at Lauderdale, yeah, it's a new community center. There's some paid parking improvements at that site and site furnishing at that site. But we'll bite it out of that allocation is the new community center.
And that's going to be staffed year round, the community center, or is this just for Lauderdale Isles residents? Or
I would imagine so. I mean, Amy probably could speak more to probably the operations of that community center, but there will be multi-purpose rooms in there, things like that, etc. So I'm sure it will be staffed. How many? I'm not quite sure.
Well, I'm just asking because I watched the city commission last week. There's some money's being given back now because of grants that we have to give it back. Is that affecting other projects in District 4?
Not in District 4, the conversation was mainly tied to District 3. However, the plan is for the Capital Projects Department to present to Commission next month in regards to some of the projects that we have.
Do we know how much the shortfall we have now because of the grants?
So the de-appropriation was for Bass Park, which is District 3. That de-appropriation was roughly $200,000.
That's the only. Okay.
Yeah, that was $200,000.
Thank you.
So if you could apply $300,000 to another project to complete it in District 4, there's not one that exists.
So just to clarify, the money they were speaking about at commission that was returned, the grant money that was the $200K for Basketball,
That is correct.
and that's the only.
As of now, yes.
Yes.
The last commission meeting was the de-appropriation for Bass Park.
Okay.
Will this 474 cover? That's going to cover the deallocation of Bass Park, obviously, or is that for something else?
It's going to help. I'm not going to sit here and say that's going to solve the problem. Usually, we like to put a contingency of between 8 to 10% per project. The awarded value construction was $6.4 million. So, in a perfect world, we would like about $600,000. But I'm going to use what we have at the current moment, which is, if you guys approve the recommendation, 474.
So is there a maintenance after that? Because once we allocate the funds, once the park is built, will there be, as a result of this project, will there be requirement for additional funds over there?
Well, I'm sure there's going to be operational maintenance that will be coming out of the general fund through Parks and Rec funding, but it won't be related to construction or anything like that.
But would there be enough in the general fund?
So we typically do that through our budget process in terms of ongoing operational costs, personnel, and maintenance.
So do we have a motion for the groups? Knows you can still continue questions, but I just want to get a motion on the table.
I'll make a motion to reallocate the 300,000.
May I give you a cheat sheet?
Yes.
It's so much better.
If I may, because I just want to make sure.
Additional uses of this funds? Are there any alternative places that could be used?
So that's what we were asking. I think Sean started and I tried to finish with that question. And if you can restate what you said, where else in District 4 could this money be applied? That would be.
It varies in District 4. I mean, there's a lot of projects in the planning phase.
I know I
design, and then some in construction. We focused on the immediate need, and right now in the design phase, Lauderdale landings is at 60%. We hope to wrap that project up from a design standpoint in a few months, and we want to make sure we get closer and closer to that funding gap of $3.6 billion. But yes, there are other projects. It's just not far along in the design as Lauderdale.
It's like my only concern is $300,000 is not going to get that park where it needs to be. $300,000 finish another project.
I think it was 474,000. 300,000 has been
Force, yeah, 474 is going to Bass. 300,000 is coming back to District 4 for the Lauderdale
outstanding. Okay. So second. All right.
I'll make a motion to reallocate the remaining balance of $774,147 of Parks Bond funding, originally designated for Northport Elementary, which $474,127 to be applied to Bass Park, and $300,000 returned to District 4 for the Lauderdale Isles Landing project.
Do we have a second?
second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Nicole, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Wyckoff,
Yes.
Mr. Officer? Yes. Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Mr. Fee?
Yes.
Mrs. Tosi? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Eiler? Mr. Lodgy?
Yes.
Yes. Mrs. Herrera?
Yes.
Mr. Exxon?
Yes.
Mr. Mizell? Mr. Keno? Sorry, Mrs. Keno. And Chair Oglesby.
Yes.
Did you, and motion passes. I did. So they're not that are present. And she did. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a slight change in the program. Oh,
One
yes.
moment, I'm sorry. Are you saying yours? Yeah. Okay. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin. So at this time, we'll have a department update by Amy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Good evening, board members. Amy Jean Baptiste, Deputy Director of Parks and Recreation, and we'll go to the department updates. But I wanted to talk about just a couple things. A couple weeks ago, I did email you letting you know that the outdoor permit presentation was slated for the February 17th commission meeting. Subsequently, that got pulled. So I will let you guys know when it is back on the agenda. Hopefully in April, we'll be presenting, and I'll let you guys know a follow-up in terms of how we move forward from that. A few hours ago, I sent you, Leona sent you an LTC 26049 related to spring break preparation. Just so you all know how we plan to prepare for spring break, as it is a month long with our college, people coming down for college. Fort Lauderdale is seen to be the hot spot this year. So I sent you the LTC just so you guys are aware. And then let's go to this presentation. So upcoming events. We have the Fort Lauderdale Sis Trunk Parade and Festival this Saturday. The parade starts at Lincoln Park, traveling east down Sis Trunk, and then immediately following the parade will be the festival that happens on the boulevard until 8 p.m. Sunday Jazz Brunch is our monthly concert series. The next one is this Sunday, March 1st at Esplanade Park. 3 stages, 3 performances. Noon Tunes is our lunchtime concert series off of Los Olas Boulevard at Lower Ward Plaza. The dates below rounds off the concert series for the month. The Wyndham Wheeland Invitationals is hosted by the Fort Lauderdale Dive Team. It's happening March 6th through the 8th, and it's open and free to the public. Spectators get to watch divers of all ages perform impressive dives off the springboards and platforms, showcasing their athletic skills. St. Patrick's Day is back. St. Patrick's Day is March 14th in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Friday, we will have a street striping ceremony where we stripe the street green. And then on Saturday, the parade starts at noon, starting at Huizenga Park, traveling east. And then immediately following the parade is the festival in the Tunnel Top Plaza area. I did want to highlight some of our programs and courses that we do offer. Lifeguard training is one of the courses we offer to anyone who's interested in being a lifeguard, which also includes CPR, professional rescuer training, and first aid training as well, along with the certification. If you want more information, visit our website. The Young Artist Session is underway for children. It is very much an introductory program to the arts and self-expression for the young at heart. Spring break camps. We are having spring break camps at the 6 locations listed below. We have packed with activities if you want additional information. This is for elementary age children. And if you want more information, you can visit our website. The 70th annual Triple Crown City Championship is an in-house tournament that we do at Jimmy Everett Tennis Center. It's actually going on right now with doubles, and then next month our mixed doubles. So if you're interested or want more information, visit our website. And Tunnel Top Plaza shade structure installation is complete. I know you all have been asking about this. This is done. If you look to the right, these are just some clips of what it looks like, and to the left is an aerial view of the construction. If you look at the photo, you'll see a couple guys constructing it. This is actually our city staff. This was done completely in house by our welders, construction workers, and painters. So this was a great project that we got to complete in house. So if you are coming to St. Patty's Day, you will be able to see this. Did you have questions? Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was a new series that I wanted to bring forth to you guys called Inside Parks and Recreation. A lot of you all joined the board for various reasons, whether you're HOA president and if you're concerned about the parks within your association or our events or just your one neighborhood park. However, I wanted to kind of expand on the complexity, the scope of our department, and I wanted to bring each division along the way to present to you all in terms of what our each section looks like. We're starting the series today with Fort Lauderdale Aquatic Center. However, let me just go do a quick overview of our department. So annual budget is $80 million, just over $80 million. Our personnel complement, full-time staff is 284. Part-time staff is 400. That number increases during the summer when we hire seasonal lifeguards and camp counselors. And the number of parks and open spaces we have is over 100. We're really close to about 125, but we have over 100 parks throughout our cities. And you all are not the only board that we serve. You're just one of many boards. So we do serve this board, the Beach Business Improvement District Board Advisory Committee, which is a committee of hoteliers that kind of make decisions in terms of what the beach experience looks like. We have the Cemetery System Board of Trustees. We have 4 municipal cemeteries in our city. The Sustainability Advisory Board, the Walk of Fame Committee. We do have a Walk of Fame along A1A just north of Las Olas, and that committee every year decides who the honorees are. And the Marine Advisory Board, which is everything marine related in our city. And on the right are the divisions that we have and that will come before you to provide a presentation. This gives a chance for you to interact with our team and ask questions and engage as well. And that is the end of my department update.
Looking forward to seeing the Parks and Rec.
When they changed the trees on the park, on that sort of is there a possibility to put more trees by the tunnel top?
By Tunnel Top?
Yeah.
So that project is through Transportation and Mobility. I can ask more about that project. The Tunnel Top Plaza is very small. So
I know.
yeah, it's a very, very small park. So and you have to be mindful of digging as well. But I will ask that question. Any other questions? Yes.
The lifeguard training, that's for adults. Yeah.
Youth and adults.
Okay. My son is
The summer camp?
The summer camp. There, he's done it for years. So they only accept payment by check, like in person, somewhere far away from my house, like a couple days before. Months before camp starts. Is there a reason we can't do an easier payment online thing?
So yes, we have certain programs that we do online registrations for. The lifeguarding is a little different only because they have to. So your son might be different if he's done it in years past, but he would essentially have to do a pre-rec before they can register. So some people sign up for the course, they can't even swim. Some people sign up for the course, and so it's really like a pre-rec to it. But I'll look deeper into that as it relates to that program, and then I'll get you some information.
Thank you. I like this series. Looking forward. Yes. All right. So at this time, I'm pleased to welcome Laura from Inside Parks. Oh wait, no. Florida Fort Lauderdale Aquatic Center. Sorry, yes. For your presentation.
Sorry, this was the, sorry, what do I want to say?
Guess you're gonna talk about high diving championships. Transport.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me, Amy, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And thank you for your service to the community. I'm a firm believer in the importance of volunteerism in the community and being part of the community. And my mother was a Parks Board member, and I remember she really enjoyed the time doing that in our Parks Board where I grew up. And thank you so much. So appreciate it. Anyway, my name's Laura Vogt, and I this year will be my 33rd year working for the city of Fort Lauderdale. So I started as an assistant manager of the Aquatic Center in 1993, and that was in April. So I originally moved here after I graduated from college at Indiana University. Go Hoosiers. And came down. I was a swimmer there, so I did college scholarship to swim at Indiana University, and came down here in 1990. And I had an internship with the Swimming Hall of Fame, the museum, which is located at the Aquatic Center on the property there on the peninsula on the Beach Barrier Island. And then I did a lot of volunteer work at the Aquatic Center and helping out with events. And so then an opportunity opened up in 1993 for assistant manager, and I applied and I got the job. So I've been the manager since 2004. So it's an honor to work here, represent the city. I love my job in Parks and Rec, and I grew up in Parks and Rec, public schools, public park swimming team program. So firm believer in it. So thank you. I don't say it enough. Thank you, thank you. All right, so this is the new facility with the new dive tower. That's the only concrete dive tower in the world. We have it in Fort Lauderdale. So just to take a look. So we have 98 years of history. So City of Fort Lauderdale. Let's see. Do I click? Where do I click? No.
Somebody's trying.
Oh no. Look.
Where's I
Oh, wait. So anyway, 98 years. So in 1928, the city of Fort Lauderdale built the first Olympic-sized swimming pool in the state of Florida. And it was actually across the street, there's a picture, where DC Alexander Park is. And they built that because in 1926, there was a big hurricane that decimated the area. So that was a pretty incredible feat considering the city was only incorporated in 1911. So in 1928, they built the first Olympic-sized swimming pool in the state of Florida on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And it was across the street. And it stayed there until about 1965, 67, when this facility, and this was built. So it's a man-made peninsula. It's 5 acres. And it is the home of the international headquarters for the International Swimming Hall of Fame. So, so 5 acre property. It's the international headquarters of the Swimming Hall of Fame, and but it's a municipal facility, and it's a special facility that is owned by the city of Fort Lauderdale, operated by the Parks and Recreation Department, and so it's open to the public. So there are a lot of teams that travel from all over the world that do come for training camps, and we've had 55 training camps so far, I guess starting in October, 55. That's the largest revenue generating event that we have. It's from like December through all the way through the middle of January. So 55 teams, mostly collegiate teams. So University of Michigan was here, Army trained here, Air Force Academy, Notre Dame diving was here. My alma mater did come this year, but one year we did have Ohio State, Purdue, and Michigan all at the same time. we took Michigan in because they had a problem at the pool down in Miami, so we told them they could come over. But it, you know, that's a lot of fun. It's really inspiring for the community and the residents and the children on our swimming programs and swimming lessons to see the athletes, and that's what's really unique here at the Aquatic Center. You know, 13 world records have been set. 13 world records have been set in the city of Fort Lauderdale, and it's pretty amazing. And 3 of those were last year in May on the same day. Okay, here we go. So, okay, here we go. Clicking forward. So just a couple of pictures. Here it is. This is a casino pool. So just to give you a perspective, this is where DC Alexander Park. This one. What do I do? Do I do? Okay, the left. Okay. So this is where DC Alexander Park is, right over here. And so the Hotel Marin's here, and then this is like looking, the peninsula's on the other side. There used to be a water tower there. So does anybody remember that? Anybody lived here, grew up there, the family? All right. So just looking back, this is a picture on the left, probably in the 1960s, early 70s. You can tell this is an interesting photo. I got that from the health department. They gave that to me as something that as a poster that they handed out on the day that the facility was open. This one's interesting because look, there's a Volkswagen Beetle, Volkswagen bus. There's some more Volkswagens over there. It's like, so you're trying to like time date it. This is a picture of what the facility looked like pre-Hurricane Katrina. I know that because Hurricane Katrina wiped out this and took down all the awnings, and so that's how I look at things. Like, okay, what was there and what was missing after it was gone. Swimming Hall of Fame back here, their world headquarters, and there's a new project that's underway to redevelop that, which is very exciting. So this is what it looks like today. If you were standing right inside the pool deck looking at one of the 50-meter pools, these are the lanes here in the pool. There's 2 50-meter pools here, and there's the dive well. And so very excited about that new project and the new facility. So 8 swimming Olympians have been from Fort Lauderdale. The last one is 1996 in Atlanta. That was exciting. I had the privilege of working there and representing the city of Fort Lauderdale as a member of the organizing committee in Atlanta. So that was exciting. 15 diving Olympians. The last diving Olympians were 2028. And Jevin Tarantino, he's right here in this picture. And they were 4th. They just missed it. Paraswimmers, I don't know if you've heard about that, but you know, paraswimming, para-athletes. So we had an athlete and coach that represented Team USA, and prior to Abbas Karimi was a Paralympian who came from Afghanistan and came to Fort Lauderdale, and we're really proud of the achievements for Abbas and Coach Marty Hendrick. Okay, so here's the 13 world records. So I've seen 7 of those, and that's real exciting. And so, you know, Katie Ledecky, some of the ones on here that are very exciting. Katie Ledecky on May 3rd, she hadn't swum that fast since 2016 at the Brazil Olympic Games. It was amazing. This is like, I get chills thinking about it. She was swimming, it was an 800-meter freestyle, so she swam down. And you know, you just saw the Olympics on TV. If they're ahead of world record pace, we saw it on the scoreboard, ahead of world record pace. And everyone's like, oh. And she swam another lap, like she's still ahead of world record pace. And people started stepping a little bit closer, like, oh, Katie Ledecky, here she goes. And then it just was electric. Couple other interesting things, just as far as special, you know, Gretchen Walsh, 2 in 1 day. When you see her name on here twice, it's because she broke it in the prelims in the morning. She came back at Banhills and swam faster. So, and that also happened up here, and you'll see Mary T. Maher. And that's another thing that's interesting. Mary T. Maher, she did it the same thing, and the August 16th. You'll see a lot of things on the same day. So most of those were Americans. Martin Zubero, he represented Spain in the Olympic Games. He was the first Olympic gold medalist. He went to University of Florida, first swimmer to win a gold medal in Spain, for Spain. So that was exciting. All right, here's Gretchen Walsh. This is from our pool. So there she is. Look how long her arms are. Look at that. The lanes are only 8.2 feet wide. Her fingers are right there, and those nails. So that was exciting. And then Katie Ledecky. she said it was magical. That's how she described it. So that's our new coin phrase, magical. Synchronized swimming they were here in U.S. Artistic Swimming. Sorry, they rebranded. It's not synchronized swimming. It's U.S. Artistic Swimming. And they were here just for their national team trials for their junior national team. And we asked how their experience was, and they said magical. So it was like, okay, we're going to go with that word, magical. This is what that event looked like. I was standing on the roof, took that picture up there. This is during the finals of the event, just to kind of give you an idea. This is just how many people are involved in putting that on. The grandstand seat about 1,500. They're all packed. People kind of come and go, and they're on the pool deck too. So just a very exciting event. It was televised live on NBC Sports. So that was just adding to the excitement here. This is just a view. I took that photo on top of the dive tower looking in. So, all right, just another photo of the event. So this is live broadcast by NBC Sports. So of the 12 largest events that we've hosted at the Aquatic Center, that generated 5.2% of the sports tourism in the area. So, 18,000 room nights. So that's just 12 events that we did. And so we're still under construction. We're not really going at full capacity, but we are trying to do as many things as we can and working around the construction. So this was pretty significant, 5%. The entire sports market. That includes the Panthers. That includes that in Broward County. So our swimming pool here, we won an award for that for sports tourism in the state of Florida from the Florida Recreation and Parks Association. Just a couple of the flyers or events. We just had the artistic swimming national team trials, and some events going forward would include. The next one is the Wendy Weiland. Just put this up here that this is what the event schedule looks like now. The events in the golden color are hosted by the city of Fort Lauderdale along with our booster club. And then the other events, they would be hosted by, for example, USA Diving or Red Bull or Special Olympics or the AAU. But we never turn the keys over really to anybody. Like, we're involved in those events, just to the matter of the extent to which we're involved. We're heavily involved in those events that are in the yellow, and then we're still there running the events because they can't do that without us. Either it's scoring or the technical aspect that we're involved in, all that, in the staff. So we're there for all of the events. So another big event. So this one's coming up in end of April. So over 25 Olympians have already signed up to go. So the last year we had those world records, they want to come back. So we created our own event, and this is a list of the Olympians that are coming back. So this is going to be exciting. It's brand new. We created it ourselves. We're producing that in-house along with the support of our booster club. So the swimming team program, it's City of Fort Lauderdale program. It's called Swim Fort Lauderdale. So this is the logo for Swim Fort Lauderdale incorporates the city's sail and sun logo, but it's a sanctioned team by USA Swimming or US Masters Swimming. So that's a national governing body. So we're an official team that's underneath that the Olympic umbrella for them. But it's a city program, a city-run team, not a private team. There's no private teams. It's all open to the public, and anybody can join. Doesn't matter how fast or how less fast you are. So, here's a picture of some of the kids from last year at one of our championship events. It's hard to get everybody together. I realized when I was putting this together, it's like, we need everyone together, but everyone's so busy. It's like, are we going to get all hundreds of people together? So this is just a quick, fun snapshot. The Masters team's very successful, and they've won numerous national championships. And about 10 years ago, they were the Club of the Year. So a very exciting fitness and a competitive sports program. About 75% of the members on the Masters team are fitness and recreation swimmers. About 25% do the sports at competition. So here's a picture of Abbas Karimi in Paris when he got his Olympic medal. Abbas is right here in the middle, standing up. So, and so diving team program, that's under, we're sanctioned USA diving team program. So this is James Lichtenstein. He went to Notre Dame, and but he lives in Fort Lauderdale, and he's Fort Lauderdale resident, and he's a current reigning world champion in the 27-meter high dive. So very exciting. We also have a high school state champions, the male and female high school state champions all trained at our facility. They went to Fort Lauderdale High. Fort Lauderdale High, they were recognized recently at the commission meeting. And then the Red Bull divers, they do a lot of the training there too. If you see the cliff diving, we have a lot of them. Either they're not training with us all the time, but they come and go. And they have training camps. And then also, if you've ever been on a cruise on the Royal Caribbean, everybody been on the Royal Caribbean cruise, you've seen the shows there, they train at our facility too. So the shows are there for the synchronized swimming, artistic swimming, and then the diving. I didn't put that on there, but they're there too.
Your dive well's a lot bigger than the one they're diving on the ship.
Right. And and it's, and it's moving around. It's like, woo. Yeah. So the next diving events, actually there is admission that the Booster Club, they thought that they should charge a little bit. So we had to change the flyer. So it's a nominal fee to get in. But the Wendy Weiland Invitational, it was named in honor of she's an Olympian. She passed away, and they named it in her honor. So then the America's Cup's coming up in April. And so that is the United States diving event. And right now, there's several stops on the America's Cup. Right now, our dive coach, they're up in Montreal. We have a diver up there. So then they're in Canada, and then they'll come down here on the next stop in Fort Lauderdale. It's really exciting, as we are the home of the reigning world champion for the high dive. And so if you look at this map, this is World Aquatics. That's like FIFA does soccer. I know everyone knows FIFA. So World Aquatics does swimming. So the only event in the entire world that's happening, or only World Aquatics event in the United States is our event. They're all, here we are right here. It's our high diving event. So they're going around others. So it's a real honor to have it. They go all over the world, of course, but we got one. So very excited for that. So staffing, so we have about 15 full-time staff, 35 part-time staff. We have contractors, coaches mostly, 6. Our budget's about $3.2 million with the new facility. They are currently building new fire department. Headquarters for ocean rescue is going to be there. It should be done in July. And then, of course, the International Swimming Hall of Fame project. There's another picture I'll show you. International Swimming Hall of Fame project's coming up too, so that's underway. Part of the leadership team there, Parks and Rec reorganized. So Amy, I used to report directly to Amy, but we report directly now to Dr. Nancy Gassman. So she's our deputy director, and then manager, coordinators, assistant, the head coaches. We just hired the new high performance directors. This is John Wingfield. And so our swimming coach retired, Dave Bergering. He was a 1980 and 2008 Olympian. He retired, and we hired John Wingfield. He's the current U.S. national team coach, and he was the head coach for one of the coaches for the United States team in Paris. So he's the best, and we have him in Fort Lauderdale. So, and because the 2008 Olympic Games are going to be in Los Angeles outdoors, we are going to be getting a lot of activity because you need to train outdoors to win outdoors. You can't train inside on your springboard or your diving platform and think that's the same as diving outdoors. So we're going to get a lot of business leading up to the Los Angeles Olympic Games. And that's one of the reasons why he wanted the job. So, program operations, so swim team, dive team, swimming lessons, diving lessons, lap swim, water fitness, deep end fitness is new, free diving, they practice their breath holding there, and then they go out in the ocean and there's a contest for that. So it's interesting to see them practice that in the pool because they're just swimming laps. Scuba, police and fire, they're training a lot, testing out their gear, so a lot of police and fire training. Military comes there too. They have to do performance tests. They have to jump with their gear off of like the 10 meter, like to simulate they're jumping off the edge of a ship or something like that. So they'll do that. Come over. Sports events, team training camps, water safety. There's a lot of aquatics industry meetings. The BID meets every month. The Beach Improvement District, they meet every month with the Aquatic Center. And then we also do provide a lot of neighbor support with our little neighborhood there with the area hotels. Sometimes the hotels across the street, they don't have a meeting room and they might use our meeting room space. And we work that out with them if we have an event. Ocean rescue, lifeguard training, water safety. So this is, you may have seen it, the City Commission. This is a new design for the Swimming Hall of Fame building here in the back. And then it also incorporates a little bit up in the front there too, another building. So they're working on that right now. And so we're in the middle. But we're working it out. And a great team, Hensel Phelps Construction Company is the lead construction company that's building this. And they also built our pool. So I don't know. I think it's been 6 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. I feel like I'm part of we're all together. So it's good. We have a good relationship. They understand the operation. And when we have an event, we coordinate really well with them. So this is a look at the ocean rescue. This is on the sort of the back side actually of the facility, right behind the dive tower. That's where Ocean Rescue is going to have their headquarters.
Thank you. Very informative.
And then there's a little sticker and a pen.
Oh, don't go. We have questions for you.
You do?
Yes. Any questions? How's it like? No. I think there's a question down there.
Come to the dive tower. You can walk up to the top. See pictures, 162 steps to the top. It's a standard staircase. So we used to have ship ladder. But now it's just a standard staircase.
Is that 10 meters or how?
27. So it's there was a construction feat because it's 3 sports or 3 events. So it's springboard diving, platform diving is up to the 10 meter, and then the high diving. And they each have their own construction standards. To try to get a dive tower in a regulation swimming pool was a challenge. We did it. It's a regulation swimming pool, 25 meters wide. So you can swim there too. We needed to have it match. Just a 30-meter pool. They don't do that. It's like making the track too short or making the football field too short. It's like had to be regulation. So we fit it all in. It's the first of its kind. So when you look in that rule book, it's our design in the rule book, the World Aquatics rule book. It's ours, Fort Lauderdale. It was an honor to work on that project. That is the last phase of the project. So there is the ocean rescues going on right now. That should be done in July. Then they will work on the larger building that was in the back. And then the final phase would be that front building up in the front. So
you see on Seabreeze Boulevard.
Yeah, that's like phase 4. So they're hoping 2028. I don't know if it's all going to make it. You never know. I don't know. But they're working as quickly as they can. They're going to be on the commission agenda soon for some permits and approvals for that. And then I think, are they going to come and talk to y'all?
Oh yeah, actually, I didn't mention that. So our P3 partners are part of this series as well. So like the Fort, the Panthers, YMCA, and iShop will come aboard to you to give you like some progression updates and operation updates as well.
You had a question?
I do. So thank you for the presentation. My kids used to do the it was, I guess, open swim.
Flat swimming, right?
It was a smaller pool there.
Oh, yes. So that.
Do you have open swim or lessons for babies and toddlers still?
We have lessons for level 3 for beginner swimmers because we do not have that small instructional pool right now. It was part of the Aquatic Center project. When the Swimming Hall of Fame came up, and it's not their fault, but when it came up that they wanted this interest to redevelop the museum, our little teaching pool is going to be right where that building is, that larger building. So we didn't want to invest in the pool to have it wiped out. So we didn't build the little teaching pool.
So there's nothing for toddlers.
Not for non-swimmers, not at this time, but the future project, future phase, they're going to be restoring that and putting it back in. So we will have the little teaching pool will be coming back probably in the fourth phase, I guess phase 4.
For my grandkids.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
It was coming back, but it's not there now because we didn't want to build it, and then they tore it down, and then we didn't want to be wasteful, or we wanted to be fiscally responsible. And it's like, well, you're going to take it away. Well, we're not going to invest in that, so it's on hold, but it will be coming back.
And Laura, there's something special about the water filtration system. Can you briefly talk about that?
Oh well, we generate our own chlorine generators. So instead of buying chlorine, we make our own. So you could say if you have your backyard pool, you could use. Well, we do have to have the tablets as a backup, as a secondary. But we have chlorine generators. You just need salt, electricity, and water, and some acid for the pH to make it neutral, and then you could make your own chlorine. So we do that. It reduces our chemical footprint. You need chlorine to disinfect the pool water, but that's something that we really pushed for, because otherwise the alternative would be to have vats of liquid chlorine and trucking that in on the Beach Barrier Island, and then you're reliant on that delivery to come. And for certain times of the year when the beach is really busy, if that chlorine truck doesn't come, you have no chlorine. And so we needed a better way, and something that's better for the environment. We didn't want to risk a spill, and so we just need salt. We need bags of salt, and we put it through this like Rube Goldberg contraption, and then the water goes back into it's good. So yeah, you need some acid though. That would be. Yeah, Walt solder. You make your own chlorine. So chlorine generators, they do it a lot on ships.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh yes, one more.
So you mentioned there were 35 part-time employees. What are they?
Most lifeguards and clerks.
Okay.
Lifeguards and clerks. Yes, lifeguards and clerks. Those are part-timers. So. It's a great job. You can be a lifeguard at 15. She said that her son started, lifeguarding. So 15, and then we've hired some students at age 15.
About retirees.
That's
the best job I ever had.
There's
You already got a new job.
Right, exactly.
I worked in the city education. That's the best job I had.
You were vice chair.
and a lifeguard.
One of the questions was pushed is adult swimming lessons.
We have off and on. So right now we're looking at like private lessons, or they're like two, like two kids instead of having a larger class, because of the pools and the water is so deep. It's like we're trying to think of creative ways to provide the lessons, and it's also a feeder program to the swim team. So some kids will come and they want to be on the swim team, but they just need to have their skills refined. And then so we'll pick up where like the community pools, like Croissant Park or Bass Park or Carter Park, they'll have like level 1, which is a non-swimmer, and level 2. And then they have some level 3, but we'll take 4 or 5, levels 4 and 5. It keeps progressing. And then you can go into the swim team. So sometimes if the kids need to work on their stroke, so that's all part of a process. But that's my favorite thing, teaching swimming lessons. The most rewarding part of this job is teaching somebody how to swim. You change their life forever. And it's amazing. So that, the world records are exciting too. That's exciting. All of that is. But I have to say, I had to pick teaching somebody how to swim. They didn't know how to swim, and then 2 weeks later they swim. And that whole process and going through that with that child is like so exciting. So I miss the little pool, because I really like to teach the kids the little level 1. But it's fun teaching the other kids that they're beginning swimmers. They just need to refine their skills, and then they're on the swim team. Then you're out there on the pool deck. You're like, I know you, I know you. Look, your butterfly is looking better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So now we have new business, besides thanking Vice Chair Sean for his service and Marta for her time here. Anything else?
I have a quick question. Part of the agreement for the fort with the P3 partners, is to revitalize and renovate buildings that the city has behind the fort, behind Snyder Park. Has there been any progress with that at all? Isn't that going to be?
So there has been some progress. I don't know where we are in that phase. I can get you some additional information, but you're referring to more into the Floyd Hall. Is what you're referring
No, more. I thought you guys were of office space.
to. At Snyder?
No, not Snyder.
Oh.
On the backside of Floyd Hall,
Oh.
where was the old part of the old Nova
Oh
property?
yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
they're
so
paying
that's
for a good
that,
portion of that.
yeah, so that's underway. You're referring to the parks. So our parks team, our parks
Yes,
compound,
yes.
essentially is behind the police department headquarters.
Yes.
We're moving to Floyd Hall. So yes, that
Yes.
project is underway. I'm not sure where we are in design on that. I'll give you an update.
Oh,
but
it's still in design phase.
Yeah.
So, and are the partners at the fort? Are they paying for the design phase?
I can't remember how much. Okay, I can't remember how much. But I'll give you an update on that.
That's just something from now on. Some of these future projects, things that are supposed to happen for the city, might want to happen before the projects are actually built. JK, Lockhart.
Yeah.
So.
Anybody else have any business? Yes.
I had a question about the lights under I guess the Andrews Bridge, the pink and purple lights. Is that part of lights? There's like pink and purple lights under the bridge.
Which bridge are you referring to?
Andrews Avenue.
Uh-huh.
By Huizinga.
Mm-hmm.
Was that part of the Huizinga project, or is that Parks and Rec, or is that we want them under the third and
Oh, because you want the
bridge
lights.
and the fourth?
So I don't know if it's a Huizinga project or if that's transportation and mobility. I can give you some updates on who did it, but it's not under us.
Okay. Thanks.
Anything else? I saw the spring break message, so glad that police chief and the mayor got that out there. Yeah. And they'll be clearing the beach at 5 p.m. So we can have it back
We saw the press
for a few
conference.
hours, yes, before the kids come back in the morning. All right, any other business? Hearing none, I adjourn the meeting. 7:03, thank you.
Thank you, Joy.
You're welcome.